Let's dive right into this explainer and demystify the GitDigital ecosystem. If you've been building or even just hanging out in the blockchain space lately, you know exactly how painful and fragmented the current landscape can be. It's kind of like a giant, expensive puzzle where the pieces don't quite fit together. Well, today, we're going to look at a unified, open-source platform that is completely changing the game for Web3 infrastructure and aiming to flip that script entirely.
Here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll start by tackling the massive Web3 cost crisis. Then, we'll introduce GitDigital and break down its 4 core tech pillars. And finally, wrap up with their seriously disruptive pricing model and what's coming up on the horizon.
Okay, part 1. The Web3 cost crisis. Is it basically just built for whales at this point? Let's get into it.
You know, Web3 promised to totally democratize finance and technology for all of us, right? But honestly, when you look at the reality of all these fragmented tools, the walled gardens, and the staggering monthly fees just to get basic on-chain data, you really have to ask yourself, is this space currently just built for the ultra-rich and the massive enterprise giants? If you're an independent builder out there, how are you actually supposed to afford the insights you need to stay competitive?
The barrier to entry has become absolutely hostile. To put this into perspective, analytics tools alone can literally charge you up to $3,000 a month, and that's just to parse your own on-chain data. By the time you add in automation subscriptions and AI assistance, independent builders are completely priced out of the game. It's crazy.
Which brings us to part 2. Introducing GitDigital, the open rebel of the space. Their core mission is a direct, head-on response to this whole pricing crisis. They want to replace expensive, closed-source enterprise platforms with a completely open ecosystem. This is built by independent developers and cryptographers from all over the globe. And the best part? Every single line of code is fully auditable on GitHub. No secrets, just transparency.
Moving into part 3, let's unpack the unified architecture and look at the 4 core pillars making this happen.
So pillar number 1 is called Chain Realms. Think of it like a magical, universal remote for blockchain. Instead of giving yourself a headache juggling dozens of RPC endpoints and separate block explorers for Ethereum, Solana, or Bitcoin Layer 2s, Chain Realms acts as a unified abstraction layer. It normalizes all of that messy, fragmented data into one clean, real-time dashboard. Next up, we've got the automation layer. This is essentially an event-driven workflow engine. It lets you easily build these visual, no-code workflows that react instantly to smart contract state changes, like, say, auto-compounding your yield. And the real kicker here? You get to do all of this without those dreaded, ridiculous per-action billing fees that traditional platforms hit you with. Our third pillar is the AI Council. Now, this isn't just your standard run-of-the-mill single chatbot. It's actually a decentralized, multi-agent system made up of specialized code and research assistants. Because it's running in a secure enclave, it gives you transparent, zero-knowledge verifiable answers. That is a massive, massive upgrade over standard AI assistants, especially when you're dealing with really sensitive multi-chain data.
And finally, the 4th pillar, the ZK security layer. By leveraging zero-knowledge proofs, GitDigital ensures true end-to-end encryption. What does that actually mean for you? Well, it means anonymous logins and fully auditable compute. So your multi-chain identity stays completely hidden and your proprietary trading or automation strategies are never, ever leaking out in plain text.
All right, part 4, disruptive pricing and their flat rate architecture. This is where things get really exciting. The contrast here is just staggering. If you tried to string together all those fragmented tools on your own right now, you're looking at spending anywhere from $20 to well over $3,000 a month. But GitDigital? They compress that entire massive stack into a flat, incredibly predictable $3 to $25 a month. Yeah, you heard that right.
Instead of totally unpredictable usage fees that spike when the market is hot, their tiers are 100% transparent. Unified multi-chain analytics, just $5. The automation layer, $5. Full access to the AI Council, only $10 a month. Absolutely no hidden fees and no surprise bills at the end of the month.
So you're probably wondering, how on earth is this financially sustainable for them? Well, their secret weapon is a native integration with Cash App. By just using simple cash tags, they completely bypass the massive, bloated fees of traditional crypto payment gateways and credit card processors. That means 0% creator fees and instant settlements for the community. It's pretty brilliant. Finally, part 5, the road ahead. Let's take a look at the open source future of this project.
Tracing their journey back to the project's inception in mid-2025, you can really see the massive momentum they've built up. They've already successfully rolled out the dashboard beta and automation templates in 2026. But looking forward, the stuff coming down the pipeline is huge. We have the highly anticipated full AI Council multi-agent system launching in Q1 of 2027. And then the massive milestone. The public ZK Compute mainnet is going live in Q2 2027, which will offer a fully permissionless, zero-knowledge compute marketplace to everyone.
We've seen how GitDigital is completely dismantling the old barriers to entry. They're taking these fragmented, wildly expensive platforms and replacing them with a sleek, integrated, open-source stack. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on. Now that high-tier Web3 infrastructure, absolute zero-knowledge privacy, and powerful AI tooling are finally flat-rate, secure, and radically accessible to everyone, what extraordinary things are you going to build for the future?